welcome to I've Run Out of Things to Say podcast. I'm your host, Vinny, with my lovely co-host, Cody.
Yo!
So, we are doing episode 4 of WandaVision. We interrupt this program, and boy did it interrupt.
Oh yeah, it just opened up a whole can of worms. It was quite the development episode. There's a lot that happened.
Exactly. A lot. So let's start off at the beginning.
Mm.
First off, we find out that Geraldine is actually Monica Rambeau.
Yep.
Who was...
In Sword.
Yes.
But...
She was snapped out of existence by Thanos originally. Yeah. And then when the Hulk snapped everyone back, she came back.
Mm.
And when she came back, her mom was dead.
Mm.
One of her colleagues had become the new acting director.
Yeah.
And she had to adapt to life after the snap and coming back.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so she gets a request to go help the FBI with a missing person.
Mm.
And to use a drone.
Yeah.
And when she gets there, they talk to the local police there, and the police go, Westview doesn't exist.
Yeah.
As they're standing right by the side of Westview.
Yeah. And they claim that it's there from Eastview.
Yeah.
Which leads me to believe that they're in on it somehow. These two cops that are not in the dome. There's a dome, by the way, that it's electromagnetic dome that's cloaking Westview and broadcasting this show.
On old school TV antennas.
Yeah, on old school TV antennas. Only in this Westview. And it turns out that Miss Rambeau is part of this group, and they're trying to identify not just the one missing person, but they're also trying to find multiple missing persons in this town. And it's just they're getting sucked in, and they don't even know either what they're doing, where they're from. Or
yeah, inside the dome, they don't know. Like, someone's controlling them.
Yeah, something's just making them all amnesia'd, and they're just...
they're playing roles.
Yeah, playing roles like in this show.
So, now we talked about Sword, and
Mm-hmm.
Sword is the Sentient Weapon Observation Response Division.
Mm-hmm.
They are sister to SHIELD.
Yeah.
So,
basically like another division of like SHIELD. Yeah.
Yep. So we follow Monica. She goes there. She sends in the drone.
Mm-hmm.
The drone gets sent in, and it turns out to be the helicopter
that Wanda finds.
Yes, in the previous episode.
Like it all comes together. Like I like how this episode was like, this is because of this, and this is because of this, and this is because of this. And it just really opens it up. It's like super, super cool. This is the one that gets you. Like,
yep, this is the one that like nails you in to go, alright, I'm here.
yeah.
I want to see what's happening because shit got crazy.
Yeah, this one like gets you, pulls you in. It's just so nuts. And then there's just so many things, so many questions, even more questions. But you, like, some stuff gets answered. Like, they're definitely being controlled. There's illusion and glamour all over the place. Just like they were saying in the one episode, when they were doing the play, there was, like, illusion and glamour. And there's definitely a lot of that going on.
Yeah. And then we also get introduced to Agent Wu, Jimmy Woo, who is part of the FBI, and Darcy Lewis, who is actually from Thor.
Yeah, who was that?
She was the scientist that got the TVs and everything.
Oh, yeah, the younger girl.
Yeah, that's Darcy Lewis in the show. So, basically, she comes in as an astrophysicist, I think?
Or something. She knows a lot about the magnetic fields.
Yeah. But, she finds out that there's radio signals. Well,
radiation something.
Yeah, a certain radiation, but there's also levels underneath it that are like TV levels. Like they're like signals that you would send to an antenna TV. And so she keys into them and finds out that this is a sitcom going on. So you remember when we were talking about earlier about someone watching?
Yeah.
That was her watching that they was showing us.
Yeah, she was watching, and they even show you that that edit. They cut away from that hand.
Yeah.
On that notepad, like as they come out of the tents, as the camera leaves the tents.
Yep.
And then that it isn't somebody controlling them. That was them. Well, they weren't controlling them. They were monitoring, trying to figure out like who's missing and like what's going on.
So you also find out about the beekeeper.
Yeah, that was super cool because when you go into there, you get transformed into
whatever the year is.
Yeah.
So like a hazmat suit today would be like a beekeeper suit back then.
Yeah.
It's like closest relative thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like how his tether, which is probably made by some titanium steel that they didn't have, turned into a jump rope.
Yeah, turned into a jump rope for sure. It was nuts.
So that was one of the Sword's agents, was the beekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Wanda didn't like that either.
Yep.
Something tells me that Wanda is like being harbored as like one of the watchdogs, like one of the main watchdogs in this dome, because she keeps thwarting off like all the different things that are coming to try to interrupt or interfere.
Yeah, and we find out what happened to Monica, aka Geraldine.
Yeah, she thwarts off Wanda, the beekeeper, but then I did also notice that Dottie, when she was at that community meeting, like they were almost getting through to Wanda, and then Dottie like broke a wine glass, and and they also cut. Yeah, I wrote this down. They cut to commercials when there's like something big about to like expose it. Anything, they'll like cut to a commercial and like fast forward or rewind.
Yeah, and they can't change that. Like Darcy is watching it and it happens to her too.
Yeah.
Just like it's happening to us, the viewer,
yeah.
It's happening to her watching.
Mm-hmm. If there's something like really bad that's gonna like expose whatever is going on.
Yeah, and then Wanda threw, you find out that Wanda threw Monica through the house, like all the way through the house.
Yeah.
All the way outside of town, through the portal.
Through the portal.
Well,
yeah.
Through the dome.
Yeah,
it's not
through
really
the
a
dome.
portal. I mean, it's a portal.
It's like
in a
a
way.
portal, like force field that like switches you over to like the.
Yeah, to them.
Yeah, to like their realm. But yeah, it's just insane. Like, I almost thought like there was some other Marvel villain that was doing this, but it turns out it wasn't them.
Hey, maybe. You never know.
Because it would make sense. especially for the guess that I made.
You think it's Mysterio?
Yeah, like because of the illusions and like all the dome and like the mysterious like the stuff. Like, how could it not be him? Like doing all that. But I don't know. There's probably amongst the other 1,000 people in the Marvel universe, it's probably somebody else that I don't even know about.
Could be. It definitely could be.
Yeah. Somebody that wants... I don't know what the MO is, though. Like, I still don't. These people in the show don't know. Like,
We also get to another big, like, mindfuck where they talk about Vision being dead, and then Wanda sees him. You don't
see it either, like, originally.
No.
Like, you see it in the 4th episode.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, they're playing this charade with Vision, who's dead, but he's still able to, like, walk,
do all his powers and stuff,
and he's being animated somehow, is my guess. Like,
it's
he's
a good guess.
dead.
It's a good guess.
He's definitely dead, and he's being like, he is being like exercised, or he's being what's that word? He has like somebody's animating his body or something.
Possessed.
Yeah, he's like possessed or something, or somebody's making him do these things. They want this weird Leave It to Beaver show with all these people, and they just want it to make it happen. I don't know why.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's really weird.
And so the ending basically is you see Geraldine, or Monica as we know her now.
Yeah, Monica.
You see her get thrown out of the portal, and everybody starts surrounding her and like going to her and checking her out. And she's finally outside of the dome. So
where they leave you previously, but that's where they tell you everything in between.
Yeah, they tell you exactly what happened, which is cool. Because it fills in a lot of the blanks, and you go, oh,
yeah, okay,
so this is all happening concurrently, and that's crazy. It's a great episode. It's an episode that like nails you into it. Like, you really want to be like, this is my jam now.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like, I gotta go back and watch Endgame or some of the scenes, because that part really screwed me up. Like,
she snap
came back from the snap, and then she was in the hospital, and then they cut to her at Sword.
Yep.
And I'm like, what? Like, she's back?
Seems like it was like a couple of days from like the snap coming back.
But then she went back into the Westview. But they went back, showed her come back from the snap, then she went to Sword, but then they went back to when she was in Westview.
Yeah, and then they show you how she got into Westview to begin with.
Yeah, they went like that.
Yeah,
like,
they didn't go linear. They bounced around a little bit.
Yeah, they went like forward, back, and then they showed you out of Westview.
Yeah. Finally,
at the end, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, okay.
But it was good, right?
Yeah, I got it all at the end. I was like,
okay,
oh, okay.
Scale 1 to 10 compared to the first episode.
10.
10? Another 10?
Because that's a really weird way to start a series.
So, do you wanna change your second episode and third episode?
Oh, they're all 10s, but unless you give it a chance, you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna like it. Like, you gotta get past those, because it's kind of a weird way to start something, because it's way too drab.
Yeah.
But it's drab for a reason. Because they try to confuse you just like... They try to have you confused just as much as the characters in the show.
Yeah.
Like,
and they do a good job at it.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's what makes it good. You gotta get past those first two. Because it's just like... What?
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't make sense at all. And it's not going to until you get to like 3 and 4. It's not gonna make sense. Just, I'm telling you that going into it, watch the first 4 and then come back and tell me.
Exactly. And so we've got 5 more episodes.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I think I've run out of things to say on this podcast.
Yeah, I think I ran out of things to say too.
Alright, well, we will see you in the next WandaVision.
Thank you.
Episode 5.
Heck yeah.